All right, I'm restarting the whole thing.
All right, guys, we're back with Mike, and Jock. Obviously, today we're in a different setting. Unfortunately, 21 Savage couldn't make it today, but he sends his best regards to everybody. Today's a special episode. We're going to be interviewing Lolita Rosenbaum. We're just going to be asking her questions about her upbringing, her her studying tips,
Her business, everything like that, all the interesting stuff. So, as a matter of fact, we'd actually like to invite Lolita Rosenbaum to the stage right now. How's it going? Take a seat. I'm sorry. Lolita.
Hi, happy Wednesday, everybody.
So, Lolita, how's it going today?
It's going very well. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Jack, what about you?
It's good. I'm chilling.
Yeah? All right, that sounds good. Well, Lolita, we'd like to thank you for coming on our first ever interview, and we really appreciate you taking time out of...
I'm sorry that I'm not D'Angelo Russell because I really know that Jock really wanted him, as he said in the introduction, which you should go watch.
No worries. You're the second best option, so don't worry about it. No, but for real, thank you so much for being on here with us. We really appreciate it, and we won't forget about you when we blow up on our channel. No, I'm just playing. But let's just start off with a very simple question. Just tell us about yourself. What's up? Like, what's going on in your life? What led you to this point in your life? Like, all this stuff. What's going on?
Of course. So, as you guys heard, my name is Lolita Rosenbaum. I am a senior at high school, so right now I'm waiting on college results. And yeah, Michael and Jock are one of my bestest friends. So basically, I always loved math and comp sci, and I have a business called Kids Hack. And yeah, that's what I do. I also play tennis, and that's me.
So speaking of your business, Kids Hack, like what inspired you to do this like specifically? Was there any specific, inspiration behind it, or was it just general for your love of comp sci and mathematics?
What are you guys doing?
Just checking the mic.
So, I was introduced to computer science in my sophomore year of high school, and I realized that it was a mandatory class that I had to take, and I didn't have many opportunities to experience CS growing up. So I asked my cousin Asher if he had computer science classes in his local elementary school, and he said no because of budget cuts. So after my innovation program one summer, where I made a failed toothbrush, I decided that I would make Kids Hack. And at first it was all in person, and I had hackathons for elementary school age children. And then after coronavirus hit, I converted to an online system, and I was actually featured in Forbes based on my teen entrepreneurship and how I made a pivotal moment in my business.
I'll link that in the description below the Forbes article, because I actually read it before.
And my website is allkidshack.com. If you'd like to sign up, please do.
I'll make sure to link her below. But all right, thank you. Jock, do you have any questions for Lolita?
Would you like to tell your viewers about your experience in applying to colleges, or if you want to tell our viewers any tips about like what is like the best routes, or like stuff like that?
Yeah, so I basically tried to... Why is your phone on?
Thank God I can edit things. Thank God, bro.
Okay, sorry, I had to take a picture of this moment.
Yeah, so basically in high school, I tried to take the most academically challenging courses that I could. So I ended up taking Honors Algebra 2 my freshman year, which led me to be a senior in multivariable calculus. I also took a lot of APs, but remember, don't take APs just because you think you have to. Take them because you're actually interested in the class. I ended up taking 6 APs last year, which was my junior year, and also, another tip that I have is take your SATs early. I took my SAT freshman year, when I took it before the PSAT, before the SAT2s, and it was the best decision I made because junior year I was very busy taking these 6 APs, and I actually ended up doing very well my freshman year. I ended up getting a 1570. And it was honestly a very good decision because I saved so much time and I was able to focus on my academics junior year. And in terms of college, just do the extracurriculars that you love. Don't try to pile them on just because you think you need them. Just do the ones you love. So I did my tennis team. I had my table tennis team. I had Kids Hack. I did a program called Youth About Business. Basically, I did a lot of things that I spent a lot of time on rather than many things that I spent very little time on. So they love to value dedication.
So Lolita, you mentioned before that you did get a 1570 on your SAT, which is actually a really impressive score. I think that's the highest one I've ever heard. And you know my. What did you get? What did you get? What did you get on your SAT?
I got a 1980.
That's
my
like
ass.
the year you were born.
Yeah, kiss my ass, bro.
That's the year you
Oh,
were
James,
born.
you're so old. All right, but anyways, yeah. So you mentioned you got a 1570, and I applaud you for that. It's very nice. But what would you recommend to people who may be watching this video, maybe the 5 viewers that we might have? What do you think would be helpful for them to know in terms of studying for the SAT, or like achieving the score that you did, maybe even higher, maybe a little bit lower, because 1570 is pretty crazy.
So basically, in my freshman year, I started studying in the summer after 8th grade, and I went to a tutoring center called JM Learning in Brooklyn. So if you are located in Brooklyn, I would highly recommend because they are an amazing tutoring center. And I didn't really need to study for math because I was advanced in my math skills, so I mainly had to study for English. But right now, I actually work for JM Learning, and I help them write a completely brand new SAT series. So we have 3 levels of a math book, and it's called the Dominate series, which when it will be published, Michael will link below. Basically, the levels are split up with what level you're at in math. So if you are very advanced, you can buy only level 3 and save some money while you're at it, rather than having to buy the entire book and focus on stuff that you don't really need to focus on stuff that you don't really need to review again. So there will also be an English portion that will be released after all of the math books come out. And then the tutoring center also provides SHSAT books, algebra books, chemistry books, physics books, but those will all be coming out shortly after, as we still need to write the first ones.
Okay. I like the fact that you're advertising and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. Make sure to go check out the book when it comes out. I'll make sure to link it in one of the future videos when it comes out. Another question that I have, I'm sorry, Jack, for not letting you have the microphone as much.
It's fine.
But thank you. But I wanted to ask your opinion. So obviously you've had a lot of experience with both sides. You had a lot of experience with the traditional route of going through high school and applying to colleges and all that stuff. But I wanted to ask you, since you also had experience on the entrepreneur side of things, and a lot of people are talking about, don't go to school, entrepreneur this, entrepreneur that, which is people have become successful from that route as well. So I wanted to ask you, what do you think about that idea in general? What do you think is the more ideal route for someone to take, like someone like you who has had experience on both sides?
So basically, what I think is that it's really important to have that entrepreneurship education as well. So for me, I'm planning on studying computer science, but I'm also planning on double majoring in either business or economics, as you can't just do one. Business is always going to be important in life, especially having those interpersonal skills. Remember, kids, your net worth is your network. So I obviously believe that if you have a good idea and you want to pursue it rather than getting a formal education, do it. Believe in your dreams, because the only way you're able to succeed is if you fail first. See, I'm dropping a lot of proverbs right now. Go to college, because college does teach you how to think. But if you have an idea and you want to go for that instead, by all means, do it. College is one of the paths you may take. And it's the path that I personally plan on taking because I have no concrete idea of where I'm going yet. But if you have a plan, I believe in you and you can go do it.
Oh, yes. So, Lolita, as you were saying about your business endeavors. Cut this out. Cut that out. Cut that out. Would you like to tell our viewers which college you would like to go to?
So my top choice is MIT, and I applied early, but I got deferred. So we're still waiting on regular results. Besides that, I also am hoping to get into UPenn. I applied to their M&T program, which is dual degree between engineering and Wharton. And I also, since I do want to stay local, hopefully, I did apply to NYU Stern's BTE, which is Business Technology and Entrepreneurship program.
That's really good for you, Lolita. I really hope that it all works out for you.
Out of all those schools that you would like to go to, what would be your next step after that?
What do you mean out of all those schools?
So you're asking for
Yeah,
what
you
I
said
want to do
same.
after college?
Yeah, okay. That makes
Okay,
sense.
so I do want to pursue something in computer science, but I don't want to code all day and sit on the computer. So I am looking into fields of cybersecurity, AI, and game theory. So if I do choose the more economics route, then it's going to be game theory, and I'll probably look for a job on Wall Street, you know?
Can you stop trying to suck the mic after?
I got a question about sucking.
No. Why are you fucking my cousin?
So back to the show.
But anyways, guys, that about wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lolita, thank you for coming onto our show
My
and
pleasure.
being the first one to join us for one of our interviews. We have a couple more interviews lined up with a couple of other people, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Yeah, Lolita is a really good friend of ours. We really thought it would be a good idea to have her on the show. And yeah, that's about it. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Thanks for listening.
And Jack, do you have anything you want to say?
Thank you for joining us today. Good night, guys.
Wait, can we do an outro? Mic'd up, Mike and Jock out.